Thankfully, tomorrow is the last day of February. Welcome to my daily review. Today is Thursday, February 27th. And yes, Friday is the last day of February, February 28th. We've had not such a good month here in February, down 5.5%, 1,083 points. Today it closed at 18,544. And you can see on this monthly chart, it took out 2 months prior lows. The low from December, which was 168, 19,168. The low from January, 18,831. So you're thinking, what's next on the list? Well, 18,112 from November. So, you just got to take it one day at a time, curate a watch list. And if you're out of the market, you're thinking, great, come to Papa, right? But if you're still invested, man, you're getting squeezed here. You can see here on the weekly down here to the 40-week line and on the daily chart near the 200. Instead of counting how close it is to the 50, I'm going to say it's just a tick above 1.1% above the 200. Sure looks like it has a date with that moving average 18,345. What is it? 200 points away. So maybe a whoosh down tomorrow and then a bounce, but don't get too negative on the market. The lower it goes, the closer we are to rebounding. If you're out of the market, you're in cash and you're just creating a watch list. And I'm going to create a video for this weekend. I've got some stocks that I'm watching that I think have a possibility of bouncing once the market starts behaving better. I'm hoping in March we turn the calendar and we have a little better month. Seasonality, plays a factor. I use it as an indicator, it's not the Bible, but it is an indicator, and I think it's a little more favorable. In March, I'm going to post something on our site at mcstockcharts.com on just seasonality and what to look forward to in March. But this is not going to continue. I mean, this has been a brutal week. I should go to the weekly here. Yeah, down 5% just this week, nearly 1,000 points. One more day, folks. Hang on. Yeah, curate that watch list. Anyway, that's the Nasdaq. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was actually, on day three of a rally day, but it undercut the prior session. So you got to start all over. Same with the SPY. So yeah, we'll just looking for day one of an attempted rally here. So anyway, you want to look at some of the stronger names in the Mag 7. They're pretty hard to find. These things are getting, brutalized. Meta did, pull back to the 50 for the first time since its breakout from the base, ran up like, I don't know, 20 days in a row now, sold off to the 50, bounce yesterday. And this is where we're seeing a lot of the stronger stocks bounce off the 50, then reject it at the 21 or the 10. And then this one closed with an inverted hammer candle near the lows of the session, like most things today. Massive sell-off. All right. And the other one, of course, is the one that's really getting punished in the Mag 7 is Tesla, which is, yeah, I mean, in a free for all. And it's right there at its 200, 1.44% above the 200. All right. I'm going to just go through earnings, then a couple of strong sectors, and then, yeah, tonight's earnings. And like I said, this weekend, I'm going to have a video of stocks showing relative strength, stocks that I think could, well, that are holding up well and could be, leaders as the market emerges, because we're going to have new leaders as this during the next rally. I don't know when it starts in March or April or May. We're going to have another rally, and it's not going to be stuff like AppLovin or Palantir. I think these things are just a little bit tired. Or NVIDIA, like NVIDIA, they reported this thing looks tired. It looks to me like it's rolling over now below the 200. Just, fabulous earnings. And this is how stocks top, when the fundamentals look their best. And then this type of action here looks like, if you want to take the, the stage analysis from the old, COVID bear market here from 2020, you could say that was, like a stage one, there's a stage two, and now we're in stage three, and we're getting the late stage three here. And it could be adios muchachos here for NVIDIA stage four. I know people can't believe it. It's the AI king, but this is the way this is the way stocks roll over, and it looks to me like it is for But yeah, I'm not interested in any of the Mag 7 stocks. I've been saying that for a long time because they're not going to give you, they're not going to be a two bagger, a three bagger, a 10 bagger. So NVIDIA reported good earnings, but just I think it's over, folks. eBay reported, and they missed actually. Yeah, they sold off, and that's what's going to happen in a market like this. Even if you make the numbers, you're lucky if you hold on. This is Snowflake. It was up a lot more, closed at the lows of the session. And this is kind of what we're getting here, these big opens and then sell off into the close. I should have showed you on the Nasdaq, since I brought it up. It was something that I wanted to show. Just take a 15-minute chart and you can see these closes here are just weak. Yeah, there's your Friday, there's your Monday, just into the close, just weak sauce. And then today it's just like, so you're getting decent opens and then horrific closes. Anyway, I'm going to move on to more stocks that reported earnings. Nutanix, software name. Yeah, it got there to its buy point there, 75.80. But in this tape, I mean, you just can't be buying breakouts here. That those things are being sold. I've showed you enough of those recently. Anyway, that's Nutanix up 10% today. Typically a move I would not ignore, and I'm not going to ignore it. But I don't, my expectation is that it will be sold. Anyway, VRNA, this is a biotech stock that reported this morning. This thing's been on a nice, quietly, shh, don't say anything, but it's been surfing that 10 EMA. So that one looks good. I'm seeing quite a few drug stocks that are holding up that not a lot of folks are talking about. Root, the insurance company, reported nice response. Got that 118.15 buy point, so it traded above it, 25% move. Thank you very much. AI reported last night. No, no soup for you, down 10%. Yeah. Salesforce, this is a Dow Jones Industrial Average stock. They reported, I mean, single digit growth. This is what I'm not interested in stuff like this. Lemonade, another insurance stock, and they didn't report a great quarter, but good enough and to get the shorts out of there, up 12%. This thing went down on Wednesday, and then fired up today. All right. Oh man, VST. Ooh. Yeah, they reported. There you see it, rejection. This is what I'm talking about. Once they have this vertical violation, they get rejected. What was once support is now resistance. And there you got rejected at the 10 today. That 10 EMA just curled over. And so that thing's in a downtrend. Sorry. And some of its cohorts there, that trade with it, Vertiv. Man, rough looking charts there. That one looks like a short right here. Rejected at the 50. Just a rough tape. Pure Storage, Charlie Giancarlo's company. Yeah, only down 14% here. Sliced at 200 with volume. That is an adios muchachos. That thing's radioactive. Sweet Green. The restaurant stock, wow, it came back flat. Not bad. This is like a short covering, right? The shorts have made so much off this from 45 down to 22. So throw them a bone, cover your short, take your profit, move on. Couple others here. Oh, ARIS. This is one of these pollution control stocks. Nice move here. It pulled back below its 50, traded below its 50 for a few days. And this is the thing, like in order to benefit from a stock these days, you have to hold it through earnings. And we know earnings is a high risk event. Do you really want to do that? Because I could show you just as many that have cratered 20% than have risen 20%. So it's essentially a coin flip at best. And it's just a lot of risk. You have no edge. Unless you know something about the company. Like I had a pretty good idea Bros was going to have a good report, but man, this is just it's a lot of risk, and yeah, you got rewarded here, but and then you got to sell the spike when you get something like that because those have been sold. But anyway, if you own that one, congrats to the launch. Tandem, this is a diabetes play, and I think the weight loss drugs are really hitting these diabetes medical device, medical products. Yeah, the insulin. This thing was down 35%, which reminds me of Dexcom. How's Dexcom doing? Yeah. Yeah. It's back above its 200. But anyway, those kind of stocks I don't hold out much hope for with the GLP-1 drugs being no more supply constraint for them. This is a Norwegian Cruise Line, one that I would like, but with the tariffs going on, this is not going to go anywhere until that tariff trade war, whatever you want to call it, is rectified. A lot of these stocks are going to just have problems. OPRA, OPRA. This is a OPRA and ADR from Norway. Tried to rally up above its 50 and then got rejected. Traded lower. A lot of stocks traded, and closed at the lows of the session today. There you can see the old okey doke, and just not a good response to earnings. Anyway, I said I would, I'm going to create a video on Saturday, my next video, I guess, and it'll just have, I don't know, 10 or 12 stocks that I'm on my watch list. I had one trade, CrowdStrike, and, went up a day and then, I had to sell it because you can't let a profit turn into a loss. But the insurance names are doing well. This is one that's on, my ready list this week. All things considered, you can see the RS line heading north because the market is so horrible. Something that goes up 1.5% is like Superman. So anyway, Bro looking pretty decent. Gallagher, surfing its 10. That thing looks fine too. I mean, I showed you Lemonade earlier, PGR, and I really should be showing you these weekly charts because I showed you how bad the market is. And just, this thing's up 5% this week while the Nasdaq was down 5%. So what you talking about, Willis? This one is up, 3% this week, while the rest of the index, I was, this one's near a buy point there, 333. So I just selected Bro, but this one's acting well as also. I just don't want to have too many insurance stocks in case the rotation moves out. This is AON, another one. You look at the weekly chart up, nearly 4% while the Nasdaq's gagging. So, and then the old AIG, 4% move. This is a slimy company. Anyway, insurance is hard for me to get into insurance. All right. Energy, CMS, just going through some stocks showing strength this week. CMS Energy, yeah, up 1% while the Nasdaq's down. Duke, I've showed you Duke just about every day this week. It's up while the rest of the markets are crumbling. DTE down on the week. Why did I post this one? Yeah, okay, made a new high earlier. It's near a buy point there, 131, but I am not entertaining any of this nonsense until next week. I'll just regroup next week. ETR showing strength. LNT, I think I like this chart. Yeah, not bad. Showing strength, building the right side of the base, now trading sideways. Let it tighten up, let the moving averages catch up. You can see the RS line heading north. So LNT, just another one of these utility stocks. Yeah, up nearly 2% while the Nasdaq's down 5%. Yeah, and then I think these guys, okay, all right, yeah, above the 10. Anything above the 10 here is showing strength. I showed you ARIS Waste Management, another one that I kind of like here. It's surfing its 10. It's still, within a base. It's trading tight. Do have this one on the ready list this week. It's up, 2/3%. I mean, in this tape, if you're not getting murdered 10%, you're doing great. RSG, another one of these pollution control, waste management, trash. Trash is king in this tape. Up nearly 1% this week. So I'm kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Gilead, I got to go to the drugs because Gilead has been a monster here this week. Quietly, shh, don't say anything. Up nearly 2%. After it broke out, it's been up every week. So Gilead looks pretty good. Couple other names, Abbott Labs, another one of these, up, hanging in there. Lilly, man, just tough. Up 3.5% this week. This one you can see on the weekly, just forming this nice cup pattern. I did have this one on the ready list this week, probably again next week. I really like Lilly, and things are going to get better. They're not going to be this terrible forever. AbbVie. Another one, I think, I better not say anything. I'll just say AbbVie, yeah, up 1.5%. And then Jazz, I think they reported earlier this week. Yeah, nice move. this is like 3 weeks of moves here. You can see the big volume coming in on Jazz. So, there's some an oasis there in the desert. They're few and far between. Some defensive names, ERJ. This is a Brazilian manufacturer, and I've mentioned that there was a rotation out of the U.S. stocks into the global markets. I'm going to get there in a minute. ERJ, certainly one of them, up 15% this week. Hello. HWM, this is a Pittsburgh, New York. Okay. Up 2.7% this week. So the defense doing okay. And then KRMN, I just wanted to show this one. This is out of Huntington Beach, California. Just a recent IPO, one that I'm going to keep my eyes on. I mean, if the market picks up, maybe, I don't know. Uh, anyway, I did mention that there's a rotation out of the US stocks into the global markets, and it's China, Japan, Europe. This is an auto manufacturer, XPeng. It's up, what, 20% this week. So there's definitely money going. Of course, highlighted BABA many times. JD, yeah, BABA broke out of a base having an inside week. JD actually up this week. What other ones do I have here? Oh, Lee Auto, another one is automotive, up 16% this week. And then going to Europe, Deutsche Bank. It's a German bank, yeah, up 5% this week. Santander, this is a Spanish bank, up 5.5% this week. So HSBC, UK financial stock up nearly 4% this week. So I'm just trying to show you that and I don't really trade a lot of the global stocks here, so I'm like a fish out of water. This one's up, Millicom. TIGO is a ticker, up 1% this week. BBVA, if we're going down to another a Spanish name, up nearly 5%. DLO, this is a Uruguay stock, up 9% this week. Wow, I haven't checked Mali this week at all. Okay, Mali's getting hammered with the rest of the growth stocks. Down 5%. And then Yum China. Yeah, man. So 7.5% move. So that's what's moving. I mean, I kind of missed the boat. I haven't highlighted a lot of these stocks. I might have to get familiar with them. Just it's just a rotation out of U.S. market into the global market. So pretty clear to see. We've had a lot of rotation within sector to sector, and now it's rotating just out of our market into the global markets. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. At mcstockcharts.com, we never give up, except for in honor of the great Steve Jobs. I have one more thing. That is some earnings reports tonight. Transmedics reported, yep, 9%. We'll take that. We'll see if it holds tomorrow. DELL reported, not a great report. I got to admit they missed on revenues by quite a bit. They did beat on earnings, but the stock's up 5% after hours. So we'll just see tomorrow. In this tape, I wouldn't count on anything. Holding SMR, doing nothing. Duolingo reported tonight. I did not see the report. I'll have more in the morning on this. It's been okay, flat after hours. I don't even know if they reported yet. ACHR, I didn't hear anything about them, but down 4%. Okay. TLN, this is in with Vistra, that group up 2% after hours. We'll see if that holds. Rocket Lab, I didn't see their report at all. Down 9, 6, 7%. Okay. Autodesk, I did see that they had a positive reaction. Yeah, 7% for the computer software design. They're in the same space as Synopsys. And the group's not very strong. Synopsys, wow. Yeah, after being up, yeah, sold off. So anyway, that's just the market that we're in. ESTC, I did see this one was up as well, up 16% to 118, up near that buyer. In a normal tape, I'd say I'd put that thing on, say if it drives through there with volume. But in this tape, you just got to look the other way and just congrats to the longs. And if you want to put it on your watch list and see how it behaves, but it looks like it's going to rally through its moving averages tomorrow. And then Intap reported not a great response, down 13%. It sliced its 50 during the session today. So That's all I got. I did mention that I am going to put together a video this weekend. I'm just looking at some stocks above moving averages that are, finding support. Dutch Bros definitely, broke its downtrend there yesterday. Looked like it was going to have a nice day today. And then, all hell broke loose about the last, I don't know, hour or so. Just heavy selling into the close. And there you see the Dutch Bros. But overall, you'd have to say that's one of your stronger stocks in the market. WGS, another drug stock. I'm telling you, I'm seeing some drug stocks behaving well. And so I'm not going to ignore that. This is, they reported earlier in the week, so earnings are out of the way, but support at the 10, bounced the last three sessions, not bad. I mean, up 2% when the Nasdaq's just absolutely getting mauled. That's showing strength. Actually, John Deere is holding up. It was flat on the session today, but that's good. Found support at the 21 and inside day today. Not bad. NTNX, I believe I mentioned this one earlier. I mean, a move like that, not going to ignore it. Uber, no, no, it closed below the 21. Sorry, thought it was doing better than that. And then CRS, they had an investor day recently and they raised guidance, had a good response, but man, this thing is, I'll say it's showing strength. It's just flagging here. While the rest of the market is doing this, it's flagging. So that's showing strength above its moving average. I kind of like that pennant pattern there. So there's some other ones. I know that people are screaming at me like, what about this stock? I know I'll get to them and I'm not going to include all of them. I think 12 to 15 stocks on a watch list to start, next week or the month of March and just have maybe two or three on a ready list that, you're actionable. I did mention Crowd today. I bought it yesterday, pulled back to its 50 for the first time since the breakout. So I bought it and it ran up to like 404 or something this morning. I bought it at 390. Could not, afford to allow, a profit turn into a loss. So here you go. You buy it at 390 as it rips through on Wednesday, and then it opens up today, and you could see the weakness coming in. So I had to sell it. Bought at 390, sold at 395, $5, big deal. I mean, that's just the tape. It's forcing you out. That just tells me that's why I like to probe the market because that's telling me the market's telling me, that this is a treacherous market, even a strong stock like CrowdStrike, which would normally be bouncing here, not going to have it in this tape. So anyway, that's just good information, good feedback. Use this weakness to provide feedback. Like I said, I'm going to show you these stocks that I think are holding up pretty well that could be, tradable in the month of March. And things are going to get better. They're not going to be like this forever. Um, you could see the Nasdaq traded down to its 200 the last time. Um, when was this? August of 2024. That was like your three wave down. Your one, your two, and then your third wave down. Uh, sell off. Maybe we're getting that here, huh? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And it could slice through. This is not a magic number here, not a magic marker. It could slice right through this. It could slice below 18,000. It could retreat, down to 17.7 or 16.6. You just got to take it one day at a time. But right now, cash is king. There's no sense in fighting this tape. Institutions are selling. That's all you really need to know. You don't need to know why. Just protect your capital for better days ahead. Don't get down. Keep your head up. Stay positive. Keep a watch list ready to go. Because when the market turns, it's going to turn fast, and you're going to have to be ready. Anyway, thank you for watching. Never give up.